In 1939, a standing committee on banking and commerce took place in the Canadian House of Commons. Some of the most frank evidence on banking practices was given by Mr. Graham Ford Towers, the first governor of the Central Bank of Canada. Those proceedings cover 850 pages. Minutes of these proceedings and evidence respecting the Bank of Canada. Ottawa J.O. Patenaude ISO printer to the King's Most Excellent Majesty, 1939. Most of the evidence quoted was the result of interrogation by Member of Parliament and former Mayor of Vancouver Mr. Jerry McGeer, King's Counsel, who clearly understood the essentials of central banking. What follows are excerpts from that interrogation.
Mr. Towers, there is no question about it that banks create the medium of exchange.
That is right. That is what they are for. That is the banking business, just in the same way that a steel plant makes steel. The manufacturing process consists of making a pen and ink or typewriter entry on a card or in a book. That is all. Each and every time a bank makes a loan or purchases securities, new bank credit is created, new deposits, brand new money. Broadly speaking, all new money comes out of the bank in the form of loans. As loans are debts, then, under the present system, all money is debt.
Mr. Towers, when $1 million worth of bonds is presented by the government to the bank, $1 million of new money or equivalent is created, is that right?
Yes.
Mr. Towers, is it a fact that $1 million of new money is created?
That is right.
Mr. Towers, now the same thing holds true when the municipality or the province goes to the bank.
Yes, or an individual borrower.
Or when a private person goes to the bank.
Yes.
Mr. Towers, when I borrow $100 from the bank as a private citizen, the bank makes a bookkeeping entry, and there is a $100 increase in the deposits of the bank, in the total deposits of the bank?
Yes.
Mr. Towers, when you allow the merchant banking system to issue bank deposits which, with the practice of using the checks as we have in vogue today, constitutes the medium of exchange upon which I believe 95% of our public and private business is transacted, you virtually allow the banks to issue an effective substitute for money, do you not?
The bank deposits are actually money in that sense, yes.
Mr. Towers, in that sense they are actual money, but as a matter of fact they are not actual money, but are credit bookkeeping accounts, which are used as a substitute for money.
Yes.
Mr. Towers, then we authorize a substitute for money?
Yes. I think that is a fair statement of banking.
Mr. Towers, 12% of the money in use in Canada is issued by the government through the Mint and the Central Bank of Canada, and 88% is issued by the merchant banks on the reserves issued by the Bank of Canada.
Yes.
Mr. Towers, but if the issue of currency and money is a high prerogative of government, then that high prerogative has been transferred to the extent of 88% from the government to the merchant banking system.
Yes.
Mr. Towers, will you tell me why a government with the power to create money should give that power away to a private monopoly and then borrow that which Parliament can create itself back at interest to the point of national bankruptcy?
If Parliament wants to change the form of operating the banking system, then certainly that is within the power of Parliament.
Mr. Towers, so far as war is concerned, to defend the integrity of the nation, there will be no difficulty raising the means of financing whatever those requirements may be.
The limit of the possibilities depends on men and materials.
Mr. Towers, and where you have an abundance of men and materials, you have no difficulty under our present banking system in putting forth the medium of exchange that is necessary to put men and materials to work in the defence of the realm.
That is right.
Mr. Towers, would you admit that anything physically possible and desirable can be made financially possible?
Certainly.
We have been constantly warned through the centuries by many prominent and learned men and women of the dire consequences we will experience if we allow private banking monopolies the power to create our money supply and system of credit. Here are some of those warnings.